According to indigenous prophecies, we may be in the time of the seventh fire. The teachings of the seven fires prophecy were given to us prior to European contact. There were seven grandmothers and grandfathers who came to the people, and they said that they all had silver hair, and they were so beautiful, they were glistening. And they gave us these seven prophecies. And it was through these prophecies that the people of the three fires, the Ojibwe, Odawa, Potawatomi, we began a migration. And we were told to move west until we came to a place where food grows on the water. Now, each of these fires was a prophecy, and it represents a period of time and events. And I want to tell you that I wonder, what was it like for them? You know, to be told, they say that the people of the three fires, that we lived on the eastern seaboard around St. Lawrence Seaway. And if you could stand highly elevated and look south, you would see the campfires of the people spreading all the way from Canada to the Carolinas. And so they lived in a land of abundance, right? Fish, blueberries, all kinds of food. But they were told to go west until they came to a place where food grows on the water. And you think some of them must have resisted. Because, these were prophecies that were given, right? They said there were people coming from across the ocean, and these people would be carrying a long sword. We call them chimokaman. And that we should move west and avoid contact with them. So I think, how did they go? But they did. They had faith. The seventh fire signifies a time when a new people will emerge, a people who lift us up and move us forward, or continue the disharmony and destruction. This movement to lift us up is created only if there is peace and harmony between indigenous people and all the people on this land, all of the people who inhabit the Americas. Up until now, we were told to avoid contact because they said, this and this and this is going to happen to you. And they did. It's been documented, well documented, all the destruction, right? Over 50 million people inhabited North, South America. Today, a few million survive. Many of us have lost our language and ceremonial ways as we were forced to speak English or Spanish, and our ceremonial ways were outlawed and forbidden as predicted in the prophecies. Missionaries forced our ancestors to convert to Christianity. These tragedies were foretold to us by prophets and occurred during the first 6 fires. So this is a history. But what of the future? There can be no doubt that we are at a crossroads. If one were to be able to view the Earth the way the astronauts have, we could see how fragile our atmosphere is. We must repair the holes in the ozone layer and diminish the damage we are doing to our planet Earth, Nimama Ki. We must stop poisoning the very water that we need to live, because all the water that we have is all the water we're ever going to have. We must learn to conserve, learn to be resourceful without continuing the rape of the Earth's precious fuels and minerals. And we can do this. We already have the technology to do this. If we do not, the elemental resources we share and need to survive will be gone forever. The prophecies state that when the world has been befouled and the waters turn bitter by disrespect, human beings will have 2 options to choose: materialism or spirituality. Sometimes I ask my kids, where does the spirit live? Where does the spirit live? The spirit lives in love, for love is where the spirit lives. The earth will cleanse herself. She's already done that a number of times. In our creation stories, when that first spirit being walked the earth and named everything, we weren't even here yet. Because everything on the earth can survive without us. We are the only species that cannot survive without everything else. So this is a time also of promise. The lighting of the eighth fire will occur only if we move toward peace and harmony. The eighth fire will be one of spiritual growth among us all. It is only through peace and harmony among all people, those of us who originated here and those who have sought refuge here and are currently living on Turtle Island in North America, that we will survive. In this time of the seventh fire, reconciliations must occur in order for the eighth fire to be lit. And that can only happen if you know us and each other and learn how to live with generosity, kindness, and love as your guiding values. This means giving up some materialism and learning to live in a way in which the spirit is at the center of all that we do. Racism, prejudice, sexism, and greed must become a thing of the past.